Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the admin course of ServiceNow 911. In our last video, we have seen incident end to end with real-time example. So in the same row, keeping the same example from incident, we now discuss all about problem management. So now let us quickly understand what is problem management. So problem management is all about finding and fixing the root cause behind incidents so they stop happening again and again. So incident management is there to restore the service quickly, whereas problem management looks deeper and asks, why did this break in the first place and how do we stop it permanently? So in one line, we can say that incidents are the symptoms, whereas the problems are the disease. And incident management treat the system, whereas problem management cure the disease. Okay. So this is all about this particular difference. I hope you got it. Now let's move quickly to the key objective of problem management. So there are few. Number one, prevent incidents from happening by removing the underlying errors in the environment. Number two, when incidents do happen, reduce their impact by having proper workarounds and known errors ready. Okay. Number three, perform a solid root cause analysis on the major or the recurring issues instead of just firefighting every time. Yes, very important. Number four, document what we have learned, the cause, the workaround, and the fix, so that the whole IT team can use that knowledge later. And finally, improve overall service quality and stability over time by learning from the failures instead of repeating them. Okay, so these are the core objectives of problem management. Let's move to the next part, that is the types of problem management. So problem management actually come in two flavors. Number one, reactive, and second is proactive. So reactive problem management starts after incidents have already happened. For example, you notice the same sales CRM issue 5 times in a week, or you had a major incident and you open a problem to investigate the root cause. Whereas proactive problem management starts before things fully break. Here we look at the trends, monitor the alerts, capacity reports, and say, this looks risky. Let's investigate and find it before the users are hit. Okay. Many mature organizations do both in parallel. Reactive for what already hurt us, whereas proactive for what could hurt us in next row. So that's why this is important. Now let us move to the next question, which is important. When should we actually raise a problem record? You should know when or when not we raise, right? So we raise a problem record after a major incident to make sure we understand what went wrong and prevent a repeat. Okay, so this is the first case. Second is we raise a problem when we see reoccurring or a pattern based incidents on the same service CI or error code. Third, we raise a problem when the root cause is unknown, the risk is high, and just closing the incident would be dangerous because it might come back and come back with more force, more damage. Fourth, we also raise problem proactively when the monitoring or the report shows repeated errors, capacity issue, or weak points in the environment. These are the few very specific cases where the problem must be raised. Now, we normally do not raise problem for one-off low impact incidents that is fully under control, understood, and fixed inside the incident itself, or when the existing problem already covering it. Okay. So before creating a problem, we have to do all this assessment whether the issue is already covered in another problem. Now, finally, a quick high level life cycle for problem management. Step one is detection and logging. Someone notice a trend or major incident and create a problem record. Step two is assessment. Here, the problem manager validate it, set the impact and priority, and assign it to the right resolver group. Step three, root cause analysis. Here, the technical team investigate, find the cause, define a workaround, and recommend a permanent fix there. Okay. Step number four is resolution. The permanent fix is implemented usually via change management and we verify that the issue is truly resolved. We means the problem manager or the problem coordinator. Okay. And finally, the step number 5, which is closure and learning. The problem manager document the root cause analysis, that is RCA, workaround and the fix, as well as link and update this to the known errors and the knowledge articles, and finally close the problem. So these are the few basic things which I want to discuss. So now quickly, let me switch to our PDI and start the demo. You see here, this is the problem application. So before that, I will show you the incidents for which we are going to create a problem. If you remember in the last video of incident management, we have this application or this service that was down, and on continuous basis, we saw 3 incidents back to back. Okay, so this sales CRM service was down. At the bottom, you can see this service is depends on this business application, and for this business application only we have these 3 incidents are associated. See the configuration item. Right now I have used this business application as CI here. Okay, but you can use or you can go deeper, click on this application. And then you see here this application is further depends on a server. If something happens to the server, it means the application, this is the application, this application do not respond because it's a software, right? And because this application is not working, not responding, hence we can see the impact on this service, which is sales CRM service. So the same happened during that incident management. Okay. So now the service is up, issues are resolved. We have provided a temporary workaround. So now the person from help desk or service desk is going to see all these incidents and see that we have not provided the workaround yet, the permanent workaround or the permanent fix. So these are the best candidate for problem management to find the root cause and finally provide the permanent fix. Okay, so now let me open one of the incident and let's say this was the major incident that time and it is assigned to Beth. Okay, so now let me impersonate with Beth here. This is Beth. Impersonate. Reload the incident. Right click on it and click on create problems. So now this problem is created by Beth. So as soon as the problem is created, the problem managers are now notified. Now it is the responsibility of problem manager to facilitate this problem and get it closed, to coordinate with the teams who are responsible in creating a fix, analyzing the problem and all and all. Okay, so now let me impersonate to one of the problem manager. We are going away from Beth. Impersonate. This is the problem manager. Impersonate. Come here, reload. So see here, as soon as I impersonated to the problem manager and reloaded this problem, we see the assess button here because as I discussed earlier, we now have to do assessment here. And in this, we will see whether this is a real candidate for problem. If there is anything we can adjust in the problem record like impact urgency. Okay. And finally, provide confirmation whether this is a good candidate or not. So now first of all, let me click it to myself, that is problem manager, and then click on assess. And I'm stating here that the problem is now in assess state. Assessment is going on. And you see, we have the button for confirm or cancel. Okay, so we can confirm it. I mean, the problem manager can confirm or they can cancel it or they can mark it duplicate if they find that this problem is already a part of certain other problem. Okay, so now after the investigation, the problem management think that this is a good candidate for problem management. We just need to decrease the priority here to P2 because everything is under control. So it's okay to decrease the priority to 1 level. This is the assessment here of the problem manager. So as soon as I changed it, you see we have to provide the work notes. So the work note is problem confirmed and assessment is complete here. So now click on confirm. So now this particular problem is under root cause analysis. And who is going to do the root cause analysis? It is the resolver group of this particular service or configuration item. So let me see where is the service. So this is the service here. And for this service, we have this support group. So now this problem manager is going to assign this particular problem ticket to the resolver group, because this group is having all the technical capabilities to see the issues through this problem. Okay. And finally make the changes. So now click on assignment group, select the group, and even you can assign it to some person, let's say Alexander from the group. Okay. Update it. So the ball is now in the court of sales CRM application support team. Here the problem manager is not going away. They are continuously checking, interacting with the people who have the tickets assigned, okay, so that they work on it on timely basis and provide the complete analysis. There are various ways to do the root cause analysis, and based on that, it will find out the root cause. So after some time, after few days, Alexander is now ready to provide the information of the root cause. He has the root cause here. So now you see we have the analysis information tab here. So here we have to provide the workaround, as well as we have to provide the root cause here. Okay. So this is the workaround which is inherited from the incident, right? And you can say this is a kind of temporary workaround which we did that time. Okay. So now let me remove it. So now look at the screen. Alexander has provided the workaround, both temporary and the permanent here. In summary, okay, as well as he provided the root cause. What causes that problem? So after all the analysis, this is the information he provided. Finally, next you see this is the resolution information. So here we see the fix notes. So basically it is the permanent fix which we are going to apply, okay, via change management into the system. So this is the permanent fix which is proposed by Alexander. Okay, so we have these things ready. So now Alexander will come here and click on fix. So now you see the ticket is in fix in progress, because Alexander has provided all the information, and now Alexander from this ticket only is going to create a change request, as this is a peace time, because the issue is already resolved. We will go ahead and right click on this and click on create a standard change or a normal change. Okay, so now we create a normal change here, because the issue is already resolved and we are not in hurry. When we create an emergency change, remember when this incident happened, okay, so in order to provide the temporary fix, we must have created a emergency change and applied that fix directly, okay, using the emergency change into the system, and that affected in a positive way and the services were up as soon as possible. So that was emergency change, but now from problem we generally go with the normal change and follow the complete life cycle of the change management. So now click on normal change here. So now you see this change is created. We have to go through from every state here one by one and complete this change. So this complete workflow I'm not going to show in this video, because next video is already on the change management, where we will see all the steps with example with detailed summary. Okay. So once this particular change is closed, then we come to here. Okay, then it is a time to move ahead from the problem, because the change, the permanent fix which was suggested after complete analysis is now implemented. It is tested and waiting period is also over. No new issue is now occurred. Okay, so now we are fine. So in this case, the problem manager will come and close, or you can say resolve this problem, because all the steps are now completed. The fix is in the systems now. Here you see one more button, accept risk. So by clicking this button, you are basically accepting that you know the risk behind the problem or the fix which you are going to apply here. Okay. And you understand the consequences and you are accepting it. Okay, so now you can click on this as well, being Alexander. You have to provide the risk accepted reason. The risk is under control and the impact is covered. We have the backup plan in case of any issue. Okay, so now provide that here. Click on OK. So we know that the fix is already implemented via change. Okay, so it bypassed the resolve here and directly closed. If we have not clicked on that button of accept risk, we have to go or impersonate to the problem manager. The problem manager once again confirm everything and then he can resolve this problem. But as soon as we click on that button of accept risk, it is directly closed. So this is also one of the way to address the problem. One thing I forgot, I have to impersonate to this person, Alexander, while updating the notes here, the workaround and everything, because he is the one who has updated all this workaround and cause note. But it is also fine because it is the responsibility of problem manager to get in touch with the resolver group and update all these things in the problem management so that everything is documented properly and it is going to be used in future references in case the issue reassign or reoccur or to educate the other agents as well. In case the problem reoccurs, you have the option to reanalyze. You can click on it, okay, and maybe it is having a different workflow here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for problem management. I hope you understand the complete flow here. In next video, we are going to deep dive into the change management. Okay, so thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel and share this membership with someone who really want to learn ServiceNow from scratch. Thank you.